Blast me to Electia! It's time for the Mad Merlin's Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Journey. Issue 41, Part 1. Lore, Build and Paint Guide. Hello and welcome back to the Mad Merlin's Imperium Journey. So we are starting issue 41 today. And with it, we get ourselves a new Necron character in the form of the Chronomancer. So I'll have a look at that in more detail in a minute. So we have a new fold-out all about the Necron vehicles, which is pretty cool. And within the contents of our issue, so we get our one model, read about the Death Guard, a new mission pack begins, and with it a new world. And we also have the Necron vehicles and flyers fold out, which I previously mentioned. So let's have a dive in and see what this issue is all about. So here we have our model, and he is a rather nice looking model. So he comes on a 40mm round base, and he has some rather unique details. So he is a Chronomancer, who is a special type of cryptech who meddles in the manipulation of time. So he comes with two different staff options. You've got the Aeon Stave and the... just a sec, I got it here. Notes. Entropic Lance, I thought it was. So you got the Aeon Stave and Entropic Lance. So each one's got a little slightly different profile. We'll look at that in the next episode when we cover his rules. But he has a rather octopus-like body. He's got the lower half is all tentacles. He's got his chronometrons here. He's got one fully closed and then one activated. So that adds some nice little detail to the model. You've got some options. He's got additional chronometron cubes on his back headdress there. And of course, he's got the top of his other stave there with its swirling orb. We've also got ourselves 3 different head options. All of them are Cyclopean, as the cryptechs are, but they've each got a different style to their chins. That's pretty cool. So if you've got a couple of these like I have, you can easily make each one look unique. I'm going to be building up one of each of the different weapons, and probably one of each of the different left hands, just to give a little unique difference between two. But they each, either way, you have an amazing amount of detail on these models. They are really nice. Never actually built or painted one of these, so it'd be quite fun to do in my usual paint scheme of the Celtech. But moving on, so we've got our issue and a fold out to cover. So I'll just zoom out quickly and we'll cover our magazine detail. So here we are, ready to go through our magazine content. So issue 41, so we are in the final half of the subscription. Only another 39 issues to go. So we get the battle record for our Chronomancer. We learn about the Death Guard, the vehicles of the Necrons, which are our fold out, building and painting our Chronomancer. Then we have a nice lot of new rules. So the rules video, I lost the word then. Rules video will be a bumper one, as we have not only the Chronomancer data sheet, we have advanced rules for actions, a tutorial on how to use actions, and then we start the Initiate mission pack with our first mission, Restore Power. So, the Chronomancers, Manipulators of Time. Chronomancers are masters of time itself. They foresee future events and use this knowledge to guide their every action. They wield advanced technologies capable of altering the flow of time to both confound their enemies and bolster the Necron legions. So we got the Time Splinter Mantle, where he heaps all his different Chronomatrons. And his Aeon Stave here with the giant sphere of time. And his Tendrils. So I've already actually managed to fill out my information before I started filming, for a change. So his name is Anubitar the Merciless, also known as the Conqueror of the Unworthy and Loyal Retainer of the Stormlord. So his Aeon Stave is called the Fractal Stave. He has yet to record any achievements with it, but hopefully I'll get some nice little achievements with it at some point in the future. And then his Chronomatron is called the Eye of the Oracle. Then you got a nice little tick chart area here, so when you use the Chronomatron's ability on certain units, you can tick them off, and when you complete them all, you can award yourself the title of Master of Time. So he's a rather nice model. Can't wait to see how he works on the battlefield. So, one and only new bit of lore, well, 2 bits of lore, but one and only inside the actual magazine itself, is all about the Death Guard. So emboldened by the opening of the Great Rift, the Demon Primarch Mortarian's putrid legions undertake campaigns of conquest throughout the war-torn Imperium. Disease, famine, and the overwhelming stench of decay herald their arrival, and spell doom for those in their path. So this is a inquisitorial report focusing on the Death Guard traitor legions of the 14th Legion of the Emperor's founding of the Space Marine Legions. Death Guard were once loyal and known as both stoic, determined warriors and masters of toxic warfare. Though during the early days of the Horus Heresy, Mortarion was tricked into offering his legion to the services of Nurgle, and so the Death Guard became Nurgle's favoured sons. So like I said, this is a inquisitorial report penned by Rodrigo Pike. So it just covers the basics, a little bit about Mortarion himself, the Plague Marines, and the demonic vehicles that they utilise. So, for those who helped collected Conquest, that obviously focused on the Death Guard quite a lot against the Space Marines, but you had a good selection of models. So we got Lord Felfist there, a Terminator Lord, Plague Marine Champion there, another Plague Marine Champion, and a Blight Hauler. Moving on then, we've got how to build our Chronomancer. So he is quite fiddly, there's some delicate components, but just take your time carefully clipping them off. Make sure you clip off areas that could fracture and snap, like the tassels on his mantle. But he should go together quite easily. So the body's 2 halves, then we put the mantle and his spine in place. Then you got the choice of 2 different staves and the 3 different heads, as well as the hands. So it's nice that we give you, not only give you the instructions on how to use the options, but it also later on gives you your rules for them. So the magazine shows you how to build it up one way, but it does give you the information on how to use the extra components if you like to build up a second one a different way. So, painting our Chronomancer. This is only how the magazine for the Zarak Dynasty painting guide will go. I myself will be doing it, of course, in my Sautek Dynasty, so it'll be slightly different to what we see here. But we start with Runod Brass and Cryptic Armor Shade Gloss, giving it a nice metallic-y sheen. Picking out the details with Avedon Black. There's quite a lot. Then picking out the metal areas with Lead Belcher, Corn Red on the Aeon Stave Sphere, then Canoptic Alloy on his mantle. Then we wash the mantle with Lightning Flesh Shade, the metal areas with Nuln Oil, and the red. Then we pick out the face and the Chronomatrons with Corax White before we add Astrogranite and Nuln Oil to the base. And that's how he looks all finished up in this paint guide. So I will definitely be, I might cover a quick paint guide for this guy, because I've got a few ideas on how I'm going to paint the cubes, etc. But I will see how I go back when I finished building this guy. So he is a nice model. You don't really need to build him in sub-assemblies. You can reach all the details just as easily if you build him fully. So one thing I forgot to mention was that this model was first released in the Kill Team box, where the Heavy Intercessors and the Gravis Captain faced off against the new Flayed ones and the Chronomancer. So before we finish off, we've got a fold-out to look at. So this is the vehicles of the Necron race. So the Necron race have always equated their technological prowess with an undeniable right to rule. Pharaons and overlords value the vehicles within their vast armories highly, for they are not only instruments of warfare and subjugation, but symbols of power. So we've got a lovely shot here of the Saltec dynasty going to war against the Eldar. We've got Doomsize, the different types of arcs, so the Ghost Arc and the Doomsday Arc. Got a Catan, Nightbringer there, plenty of Warriors, Immortals, Triarch Praetorians, Monoliths. And as we flip over, we get to see some of those up close. So we've got the Annihilation Barge. We are getting one of these in the magazine. You can build it up either as the Annihilation Barge, but I got a feeling the magazine wants us to build it up as the Command Barge with the Overlord on top. Then we have our Monolith. This is the updated model, but they've done a brilliant job of keeping it faithful to the original, but also bringing it up to date to match the larger Tesseract Vault that they released back for Apocalypse. So here we have the Monoliths, some different shots. They've got different equipment as well. So you've got the Gauss arrays and the, I think it's the Entropic Blast Lances or something. I forget what they are equipped with. I know it's a new weapon compared to the original weapons, so it's one I'm not too familiar with. And we've got the Ghost Arc, which is our transport vehicle. Never been a big fan of it. I like the idea of it. It fits into the Egyptian-y theme of Necrons and how they've always been perceived, but I've never liked it much as an actual vehicle. I found it rather cumbersome and a bit too on the bulky side. I like it as Doomsday Arc. That looks quite nice, where the U-shapes are inverted and you've got the massive cannon underslung. But they are pretty useful. But for me, I've always transported my Necrons with the Monolith's Eternity Gate. So as we can see here, Necron phasing through. That's, for me, that's the only way Necrons can travel, just appearing out of nowhere. And we got the Ghost Arc, and there's the Doomsday Arc, as I was just trying to poorly describe. So that's what the Doomsday one looks like. So you've got the massive Doomsday cannon underneath. The Gauss blaster arrays are common to both vehicles. This one just allows you to transport and even repair your Necrons, which is pretty good. So if you've got a squad of warriors that are damaged, you can hop them into the transport and then heal them up before jumping them out again. So, like I said, I like the idea. I just don't really like how they went about with the design. But that's our final piece. So that's it for 41 part 1. I will be back with a look at all those lovely new rules that we've got in this issue, plus our brand new mission. And I might even be showing you how to paint some extra details on this guy. But that's everything, and all what's left for me to do is to say thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're interested in interested in receiving more mad content. Also, there's links to my Buy Me a Coffee page, which will be getting unique content. There will also be affiliate links in the description below, as well as all my social medias, if you don't mind checking those out anytime, where you will see all my related hobby work. Anyway, that's enough rambling. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.